everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. And what we have going on here today is a charcuterie board again. These things are fun and popular. And this is still the one I'm getting from Big Lots. I'm getting my practice in and they're going, so gotta keep going here. So I have a color palette that I have fallen in love with, and it's not a normal palette that I would ever have come up with on my own. One of my subscribers, Geraldine, came up with this color palette to match her kitchen. She consigned me to make a set of coasters, and the palette involves an orange, this blue, and silver, and turquoise was an optional, but it was in there, so I decided I was going to use it. So these are color matched to her place, and I put together this color palette with the other colors added, this pearl and the nickel azo gold to go with it, and it is amazing. You're probably going to get sick and tired of seeing this color palette, but I'll tell you what, I don't know how you can't get sick and tired of something that's really pretty. It's just amazing. So I'm going to continue here, and what I've got here for my pillow is the Glidden, and I've mentioned this before. This Glidden was the pillow I went to when I was having all my difficulty with my Multi-Pro that's since starting to behave. Plus, I have my vacuum pump over there, my vacuum chamber, so even if it decides to misbehave, I can put it in the chamber and scare the bubbles out of it. So this is what I've got, and I've mentioned before that this Glidden is a lighter color than the Multi-Pro by a little. It's actually a crisper, cleaner white, and that's what I'm going to be using here for this charcuterie board. So without any further ado, let's get this going so I can get this done. I had to write just about the perfect amount of pillow I laid down last time, and this is going to spread because the Glidden spreads a lot faster than the Multi-Pro. I'm just going to interject here. If you go to the description in this video, you'll get a lot of information where I get things and recipes and so forth. And we'll stop right there. I can always add more. And that's been a mantra of mine if you've seen me before. And by the way, if you are new here and you like what you see, please consider subscribing. You'll get all my latest tutorials. But my mantra has been, always lay down less than you think you need, and then let it expand from there. You could always add more pillow to it, especially when you're doing something like this, or especially when you're working in a tray. So here are my colors. This is Artez's Pearl Pastel Green. Pearl Pastel Green and Pearl Glacier Blue. And I also have some Amsterdam's Sky Blue Light in here. So for this commission, I had to color match the colors I was provided, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love mixing up colors to match. So that's that one. This is my Golden's Pearl, Iridescent Pearl with some Whitehaven from TLP. And it's getting a little thick. Just a little of that. This is my Artist's Loft Metallic Orange, and I have in here some TLP Mango and some Artez's Pearl Marmalade to redden it up just a hair. Pearl Marmalade? Yeah. Just a little bit of a red touch. And this orange is not a color that I often work with. I just don't. However, I do work with this orange, which is an orange. It's kind of a rusted orange. It's quinacridone nickel azo gold and TLP Zeus. And that orange and this quinacridone, they love each other. They're like brothers from a different mother. I love when the paints say, "Oh, I love having you next to me." I made this color combination in this sequence. First out of the gate, perfect. They don't always come out like that. but I got very lucky on this color combination. A little silver from iridescent silver from golden, just a little. Bring a little blue to it. And then this is a combination of Modern Masters Mystical Green and Folk Arts Deep Atlantic Blue. So I'm ultimately going to be looking for a creation here that's about 8 inches by 6 inches to fit on the ends of the charcuterie board that I'll end up scissoring down to the right size. And just so you know, you see me doing this here on a silicone mat. I could be painting on a canvas right now. The same process applies whether you're doing this as for functional art or whether you're doing this on a canvas for the wall hanger. So here's my American Floetrol Cell Activator, video 141. It's an 8-minute video that shows you how I mix it, what goes in it, and the results. So this, by the way, I'm going to point this out too. This is from, I don't know if you see the date, April 9th. That's when these were mixed up. The white, got a little cattywampus there, it might be a problem, and the oxide black. There we go. So I often talk through the blowout here, but I'm going to talk about what's important in getting a good bloom. And especially if you're new here, number one is your recipe. You want to make sure you get the right recipe so you can get the right results. Number two, you need the right consistency in paint so that they're going to react right with each other. You need to get good colors so that your colors really work together and in the right sequence. And then one of the most important things is to get the blow right. Yeah, I was a little off center on this. So, especially if you're new, you don't want to skip through what I'm about to say here. See where we are, stretching out the pillow a little bit. Just breaking up the surface tension, so when I go to spin it, it just wants to flow. You know, and there's some truth to that. You want to open up that surface tension at that wall where the paint stopped. I know when I was at West Point, I had a little thermofluid dynamics, and I don't think I ever learned anything about this, but it makes sense to me. I took some ridiculous classes at West Point. Thermofluid dynamics. I would be using that a lot in my life. A little stretch. Let it stretch out. Let's get it centered first. Why is it sliding around on here? Stop sliding. Probably because it wasn't exactly centered. I don't have anything holding that board down. This serving board that I haven't painted on yet, so I'm using it as a silicone holding board for my skins. And it works. I've got it taped down on both sides. I did the other one like this, and it's perfect. I don't know if you saw one of my last videos where I had my skins flying all over the place. It really could be a comedy show here. Oh, see, it started to spin off again. Look at that. Crazy, crazy. I need to spin this a little faster, but I'm afraid to because it might go crazy on me. This is really pretty, though. I've got to spin this faster. I don't need these gloves on. Why do I have these gloves on? The gloves are just an impediment. And I've said this a time or two before, always stay curious and always stay adaptable. You have to adapt to what's happening in your situation. All right, let's give it a spin. Here we go. I gotta watch out. I gotta make sure that my composition doesn't get to the edge. It's getting close. Measure this out. Looking for 8 inches in this direction, 6 inches in this direction. So that's already there. That's already at 6. So I gotta encourage this to come this direction. And in my usual way, I'm going to speed through any sections that are just repetitive or unnecessary for you to see to save time. And for anyone new, the reason why I'm adding extra pillow is so that when I spin it again, the composition has a place to flow onto. I need it to go long ways. This way, long. Long, not wide. I do factor that in because I'll be trimming the edges where there's just plain old color. Kind of like the frame of this, these parts, that'll be coming off. So that's 8 inches right now. Okay. Let's give it a little bit more. One more spin should probably finish it. I don't want it to go too wide. Okay, this is really pretty. Oh my goodness. What a color combination. So that's 8 inches. And that's... I can cut that down to 6. So this is probably going to work. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. So, in the spirit of keeping it like it is, this is where we are, everybody. It's really pretty. I don't know which one I'm going to show you. Since I had a hard time deciding which video to share, I'm going to share with you the results of the other one so you can see them before I apply them to the board. Beautiful. Not one air bubble. That's with my glidden. Oh, yes! Celebrate, celebrate, yes. Okay, I'm going to sign off for now. I'll be back for the next phase. So here I'm just showing you immediately post cutting and trimming the paint skin and how I'm sizing it up to fit on the cutting board. So this part is really fun and takes a little bit of time to adjust and turn that skin around to get the right orientation on the cutting board. And here I'm just showing you up close the varnish I'm using as my glue basically to adhere that paint skin to the cutting board. You can look at any of the other prior charcuterie creations in my playlist and see exactly how I do apply it. So everyone, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As a reminder, if you're new here and you enjoyed this, please subscribe, hitting the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. I'd also appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. And back to the creation for a moment. I have resined only the ends where the skins are, and I'm showing you here how I've laid the paint skin over the side and how I've resined over that as well. So the top of the skin, just past the edge, and over all the edges where the skin touches is resined. And a reminder, if you have a particular problem or have a particular question that you want to have me do a video for you up close and personal, I will gladly do it. Just reach out to me in my email that's listed in the description and you'll get your personalized and customized tutorial. So that's all for now. At the end, I will have a link to my charcuterie board playlist so you can see other colors and other results. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Till next time.